railfans! Thanks for being with Casey and I here at the next crossing. We're on Railroad Avenue in Ooltewah, Tennessee. Ooltewah, Tennessee. Next to what they claim to be the haunted water tower. Is it? I don't know. Spooky? I know. Just looking at it tells you it's spooky. Hey, I showed you the clouds. I don't know. We got 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. Right now, if you want to be in the rain in Chattanooga, you just got to change where you're standing and you can have rain for the next 2 hours tonight. Because the rain's over here, over there, up there, down there, and all over the where. So, we're going to try a little rail fan time. Hang out with y'all. Man, has it been an exciting weekend. Woo! Chattanooga, we have almost caught up with Tara up there in Virginia. Almost, like I said. She had a fantastic, phenomenal, unbelievable catch throughout the week. Railfan Lucan down there in Texas, he been tearing up those tracks with stuff. And everybody, AGS, Lucan, Brian, Jesse, man, you guys have seen so much this week. And I gotta tell you, last night was the most exciting Sunday night so far. Hanging out with y'all and just seeing what you guys did. That was crazy. I mean, it was amazing. We have this one dark cloud over the top of us. I mean, literally. One great big puffy gray, dark, whatever cloud right here next to the spooky water tower. Very spooky water tower. So I'm not sure how long we're going to get to hang out. It's currently 6:25 Eastern Standard Time. Here on the last day of June 2025. Got the scanner on. And like I said, it's all about where we're standing right now. Half a mile over there, we're good. Wait 10 minutes, it'll be over there. So, we're probably not here for a long time. But as you guys know, we're here for a good time. And backing up to last night, man, did I ever have a great time last night. You guys' submission this week, and what those pictures and the videos and everything, I was just blown away. And Tara, I gotta tell you, that steam locomotive shot was incredible. And I've spent a lot of time at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, and I've seen a lot of pictures and a lot of people. But man, you can take that picture and you can put that up against anybody's picture of 4501. Man, the lighting, just everything about that picture was 17 kinds of awesome. Railfan Lucan, man, you had one of everything. AGS, Lucas, you guys, all of your thing, everybody's stuff. Jesse with the wave from the one train crew to the Pennsylvania. Man, how cool was that? See, even the train crews like to railfan with each other. seeing the Pennsylvania 8102. And we've, you know, Tarek started the week. She had a back-to-back double heritage catches last week, Monday and Tuesday. And since then, we've had the Southern in town. It went north. It's going to hook up onto the OCS, we heard. We had the Pennsylvania come into town, and we caught it leaving town. We had Delaware and Hudson 1080 come into town, leave town, come back to town, and leave town today. And what else have we had? Uh-oh. I feel raindrops on my little head. Something else we've changed. Oh, the tag, 4851, 4822, moving the weight of the world. Oh, that's the list that's been through here this weekend. If y'all think it's getting dark, you're right. It is. And boy, that breeze is picking up. Let me get a dead cat on you. But like I said, Moving the Freight of the World, 4822 came through. Like I said, let me get that dead cat on. Cut down some of that wind noise. Like some of this old dark cloud right here. We need the breeze. Push it over that way. But anyhow, everybody's submissions, John, Tony, all you guys, everything. Hey! It is that dark out here, the camera's struggling to be able to focus. K5 LLA horn, here we go! Now there's a picture you won't see every day. A spooky water tower with, you guys pick the word for those clouds. Rolling, moving, slightly turning, twisted clouds. Mama Bear, I'm afraid we're going to have to call in a lifeline. Have Tara send down a sunset. Look, it's all over the top of us. Trying to focus on that last train. You can see the camera literally thinks it's nighttime out. And it really struggled. Hey, AGS! Yeah, I'm glad to see you investing some money in the economy to keeping it rolling. We need that. What did you get for a great price? Looming. All right, there you go. We're going to roll with that. We have looming. Sounds like we're knitting or something. Clouds overhead, and it's dark. I mean, if Roscoe was here, he wouldn't know whether to get up and have breakfast or go to sleep and have dinner. Tara, if you're on, oh, see, that's how I'm trying to get adjusted, and it's struggling. At least the temperature dropped 10 degrees. Ken, how are you, sir? Jonathan, good to see you tonight. Jennifer L., hello to you. AGS, I'm glad you got a new radio. I'm going to have to get another one because I lost one of mine the other night in the dark. If you noticed, every one of those train cars were soaking wet. So someplace recently, they went through some rain. Sounds like it makes me think we have pet clouds because they're looming clouds. And now there's a ray of sunshine. Holy smokes. Well, before I do that, let me face about last night. So I guess what I'm trying to say in my buttery way, thanks to all of you. And I know I've missed somebody's name, and I apologize. Thanks to all of you for the submissions this week, and the unique ones, and the crazy ones, and the regular ones, and the normal ones, and all the ones that are ones. And like I said, it doesn't have to be just locomotives. You see an old Norfolk and Western car, an old Southern car, or a caboose that you ran across in the neighborhood, or the one that CSX runs up and down from Dalton on the end of the loco. Just anything train related that you've seen this week, send it on in, railmoments.com. And as you saw, Casey surprised me. He made a short after asking y'all of some of the picks this week. And it was tough. I mean, all of you guys have some great trackside talent. And that was just, it was fun. It was awesome. It was cool. Whatever the word is that you use, y'all did good. How's that? Y'all did good. So we're going to be here, if we don't get rained out, we're going to be here till 7:30 Eastern Standard Time as we shoo June out, pull July in of 2025. Tomorrow, July 1st. This weekend, 4th of July. And the cool thing, we're all off. The bad thing is always short on trains. That holiday factor. So, let's see what everybody's up to. Anybody trackside? Is Roscoe on the porch watching the storm? Whoa, what a nice breeze. Woo! That usually means rain, but right this moment, I'll take it. Wow. Mosquitoes are already out. You'd think they'd go in with a storm. But maybe Jennifer's looming clouds will go over there. But as you all saw from the video on Sunday, it rained so hard the Butts yard disappeared right before our eyes, where we bent yet a second umbrella, and we all had to bail inside the cab and railfan there for a little while. So let's catch up with everybody, see what y'all are up to. I'm going to open the tailgate. Uh-oh. Yeah, that sounds like thunder. And now there's some raindrops coming. Let's see how this goes, you guys. Hi, Tony. Hello, Andy. Well, Andy, if it starts to rain here, we're going to be history with a capital H. Otherwise, we're here till 7:30. We spent most of the night on Friday night tracking 1080, and then most of the day chasing everything. So wherever it's raining hard, Andy, leave it there, okay? Do not bring it over here, please. If you have to, turn around, go the other way, and have it follow you there. And maybe it will skip here. Buffering issue. AGS, what kind of radio monitor did you decide to pick? Did you get something different? And maybe you want to tell everybody about it. Okay, we got red over red on the Atlanta North District signal. To the right, see, I had the same exact problem. I lost mine a week or so ago. Been heartbroken ever since. Not because I was attached to it, but because it's going to cost me to replace it. And that's got to hurt, losing your favorite antenna. Yeah, same situation with me. I have two. Never thought I'd have two in case I lost one, but I have to replace the one that I did lose. Sometimes Casey and I split up, go different ways, and then he takes one and I take one. So, your new one's coming tomorrow. What did you get, AGS? Jennifer, you're going to have to get one so you can listen to them. Or, as y'all know, if you listen to the bird cam, there is a scanner on the bird cam that picks up the debug shard, CSX Waxahachie, defect detectors, train conversation, just a little bit of everything. And you can always kind of listen to it. And that's what I did today, chasing 1080 out of town. Locomotive up front was solo with a slug behind it. And then 1080 was a mid DPU, first of two, nose forward. So he followed 174 out of town. Thanks, Andy. I would appreciate that. I am so tired of being wet this weekend. Like I said, it rained here, it rained there, and right now it's raining on my nose. Well, AGSX sounds kind of fancy. Well, Jennifer, like I said, when we're not live, you can go to the bird cam. Tune in the bird cam. Just go to Rail Moments and select the icon that's live. And once that comes on, you'll see all the channels that it's scanning. And then when one lights up, it tells you who's talking and what department or what line it is, and then it stays lit till the next one. So that's what I did today. Since the scanner couldn't pick up the debug shard from where I was, I listened to the bird cam and I heard CT tell 174 he was lined to go through Hickson, and then they told my train that he was going to follow 174 up. So 174 went out first, and he was kind of a short train. He was gone before I even realized he was coming. And then about 15, 20 minutes, here came 196 rolling right behind him, rolling hard on the main track. And we went out and caught him on the laziest curve. Tara's got one, we got one. They're at Thrasher Pike. And since y'all are red, I kind of like you, AGS. If I lose one, I'm going to get the exact replacement. That way, I don't have to learn it all over again. Let's see if we can get this lightened up enough so you guys can see it. Holy smokes. All right, there's another rail fan down there along the track. Hey, we got a green. Just when I take y'all off, wouldn't you know it? How does that work? It's like they know. That means our southbound has gotten past Howardsville Road, which is Control Point Long, down below Apposon. So we got a northbound coming our way. We have raindrops bouncing off our head, but little ones. Kind of like these gnats, little ones. But boy, when they bite, they itch. BAOFENGUVSRVHF $26 with taxes, and shipping. Tony, you absolutely need a scanner where you are. You're kind of like Tara. You just look out the window and there's a train. Mama Bear, how are you tonight? Missed you and kid last night, but I understand the hectic world of life. Non-stop, always something you got to do. That thing that we invented called adulting. With a capital A. I haven't been here long enough to get bit by mosquitoes and already got marks. They're like invisible tonight. They must be hiding in the old spooky water tower. Alright, y'all know we got a green. So we're gonna open you back up some. Oh, Mama Bear, you've been cooking with grease. Did you get some pictures for Sunday? Good radio scanners are like good socks, even if they've got a hole in them. If they're comfy and you're your favorite ones, you just can't throw them away. And then one day you go to put them on, and you pull slightly too hard, and the hole or multiple holes all of a sudden all join together and turn into a massive hole. And then you're faced with that moment. I've got shorts on today. Can I run around with a pair of socks with a great big hole in because they're my favorites? Maybe I could wear a sign that says, I like these socks. Or you give them to Roscoe and let him play with them. It's always a hard decision. And Roscoe doesn't vote either. He just waits to see if he gets the socks. Hello, Mr. John W. Welcome aboard. Where we think maybe Andy turned around, went the other way, and took the rain that was around the corner with him. About our last train that went south down the AGS, down the Atlanta North District, he was covered, so he just went through rain somewhere. And that beautiful breeze we had for a moment is now unbreezed. Yes, Mama Bear, gotta take care of work. That's important. Took me 31 years to get that through my son's head, and he's just now starting lesson 1 on it. But they say the slow study will end up at the finish line quickly. So, he always had an allergy to work. Never could get rid of it. There was no medicine on the market, but finally one day, just recently, he got a job. Shenandoah. Sounds like a Western movie. What was that though? The Big Valley. Seems to me like something was called Shenandoah in that movie or that show. Boy, the Big Valley and Bonanza, and the Rifleman, Rifleman. I forget which it was. Anybody remember? And he had a really cool kid. Oh, and then there was Matt and Kitty on Gunsmoke. Good old Chester. Oh, there's some thoughts to the past. What a crazy sky tonight. It's just all over the place. Let's see if we can get this better. There. Ah, that's better. Like I said, the lighting is so off. Everything's just tough tonight. But that's a little better for you, I hope. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's so gray here. Oh, yeah, listen to that. The clouds are talking up above us. Not an airplane, the clouds. It's probably the spooky guy in the water tower communicating with him. I know, Jennifer. It's like a celebration. I think we're employed for almost 60 days. Full time, not 1 day a week. Every other week. So yeah, that's massive progress, as you well know. Mrs. S is cooking tonight. Promised we'd be home at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trying to split time with everybody. Jennifer voted the socks go to Roscoe. So y'all, tell you what, y'all mail me all those socks with the holes in, and I'll get them to Jennifer, and she can give Roscoe a whole pile of those socks. He can stick one paw through each sock and walk around the house with it. He can chase birds with it even. We can make a little pile and hide behind it. Yes, that's right. Thanks, Tony. The Rifleman. Rifleman. With Chuck Connors as Lucas McCain. Thank you. I just couldn't remember. Man, he was just one great stand-up kind of guy. I liked him. He was just an awesome actor, but his role or his part was so great, wholesome. I guess I'll use that word. Yeah, a very wholesome role on that show. And I think his son's name was Mark, wasn't it, Tony? What's for dinner? I think Mrs. S is making my favorite quiche. Well, all of them are my favorite, so we'll just go with making quiche. Type, I don't know. It'll be fresh, hot, home cooked, made with love. And all I have to do is keep it away from Harley, the skipper key. If y'all saw my post yesterday that we were leaving out the door to go to the Sunday meeting at the studio, it was Harley that I had in my arm. She was saying goodbye to me as I headed out the door. Harley is, like I said, a skipper key. Schipperke. And she's 16 and a half. They're all black, about 18 pounds, very agile, and in her case, very spoiled. Do have raindrops again. Bad news. And you wouldn't think so because that sky's actually kind of blue. Up here, there isn't any blue. And since our train's coming from over here, you can see where our gray skies are currently. Up there. Now that's going to confuse the camera, let me tell you. Atlanta North District, right there. Come on, Mr. Train. Hello, Chuck. Andy has just given you a fact that only somebody from the Chicago area would know. AGS has plans. He's going to go. He has chosen Norfolk Southern for his future employment. Johnny Crawford, I'm guessing Tony was the child's name. Mark. And a fun fact from Andy. Chuck Connors played first base for the Cubs in 1950s. Huh. Well, John, you know what? It's also raining here. So I tell you what, since we have a train coming, we're going to try this plan, see if it works. We're going to button up production 6, get the windows rolled up. Uh-oh, y'all got water on the camera. All right, hang on, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Don't, just hang on. Stand by there temporarily. There. Water's off the lens. All right. We're under the umbrella. If I turn you around and look behind you, look at that. There's sun. Crazy. If you look up there, there's sun coming right through that tree. That is not snow. That is officially H2O sent down from above. You take that H2O stuff You add it with that sun stuff over there, and you get weeds. All of them. Look at them. They're just growing crazy. Matter of fact, if we study them long enough, we might watch them grow. And yes, you are under the umbrella at this moment. Listen to that echo. Empty auto rack. Seen that one before. Snoopy! Oh, look at that! Marry me, Macy! Woo! Aww. I wonder if he painted that, then went and got Macy, drove her down the railroad track, waited for that train to come, hopped out of the car, got on one knee, and pointed to the train car. What do y'all think? Sounds pretty romantic to me. We do have rain, but y'all are covered. I got the umbrella, see? We got umbrella here. We got a fancy umbrella. It's got the great big Nike logo. Ooh. Kid, thunder goes with your spooky water tower, where if you venture through and into there, you will be in the depths of one 1910 alleged haunted water tower. I didn't say it was. We got to get those guys out with those meter things. All right, the sun is out. We have gray and, what was the, looming. Gray and looming cloud. We have sun coming right through there. Big time. It's all pretty in blue over there. Yes, Mama Bear, I'm with you. I hope she said yes, and I hope that they got that train car right at the right time, and that they're all still together today. And a great salute. You're right. John Welks, racing to get home before it rains. Well, you better go quick, John. That was 188, John says. And there goes Snoopy. I hope I got him turned around in time. Hi, QC1. We're caught in a transitional period of sun, looming clouds, spooky water tower, light on one end, dark on the other, gray over here, and raindrops. Yeah, the robot Mama Bear made me think of danger, Will Robinson, danger, with Dr. Smith and Lost in Space. Always wanted to unplug Dr. Smith. Why isn't Snoopy not flying? That's a good question, but between you and Andy, we could mount him on one of those planes that you guys have. Tony, you can take him for loops, and Andy can take him for a jet ride. AGS, tell us about this light bulb theory. I can't wait. I'll tell you what, kid. I think spirits can see camo. So, and I don't think there's a concrete floor in that thing either. And I can't even imagine what kind of critters possibly could be crawling around in there. So, you get all the light you want. I'll bring you some firewood because you're going to want to stay illuminated through the night. As we stand here in the rain between the Knoxville West End line and the Atlanta North District. A spiritual drinker. Oh, we got Amber, y'all. And AGS, back to you. Tony works at HR puffing stuff. Sounds like something I'd sleep on at night. I'd stuff it, and then I'd puff it, and then I'd go to sleep on it. AGS, I'm trying to go back. AGS, you got to catch me up. I'm not sure there. You have lost old Mike there for a moment. Y'all can see we do have an amber. We do have a police siren. And we have light raindrops. So, you got somebody you're going to ask out? All right, it's about marry me. Tony, I still don't remember HR puffing stuff, but you can tell us about it. Maybe I'll remember. All right, we're going to attempt to try this without the umbrella. Uh-oh, Tony, get the t-shirts ready. All these clouds are causing us a little bit of interference tonight. You found you a crazy one, did you? We want to hear that story, don't we, everybody? I like it. Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. But Tony's got the solution, y'all. He's gonna toss some Rail Moment shirts. All right, AGS, we'll spare you. We'll skip over it. Oh, I may have to put the umbrella back up. Whoa! AGS is bringing my attention back around. First off, umbrella back up, y'all. You're in good hands with Rail Moments because you're covered under the umbrella of protection. Good catch, you guys. Look at that, mama bear. That is sunlight streaming between the signal bridge. Raindrops between us and that lit section. HR puffing stuff. You know what? Winnie the Pooh. When's the last time any of you guys have seen Winnie the Pooh on a train? He was one of the coolest dudes ever. And Bugs Bunny. We don't see Bugs Bunny either. Elmer Fudd and all those guys, but no Bugs Bunny. Huh. No Winnie the Pooh. We've seen Marvin the Martian a number of times. I wonder what everybody's got against old Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. He used to bounce around on his tail because he was a Tigger. That's what you need, Jennifer, a Tigger. Roscoe could chase his cousin. That would be a conversation in the neighborhood. Little Roscoe, big Roscoe. Look at the feet on that big putty cat. You wake up in the morning after he went out for the morning, all the trash cans in the neighborhood knocked over. We are under the umbrella. We are alive. We are in Ottawa, Tennessee, in Hamilton County, which used to be James County. And I've told you this story before, because right down the street behind you, not a quarter of a mile, is an old Barney's police car. I'm going to take a picture of this for you guys this week, just so you can see the old police car that says James County. And when those crooked politicians ran it out of money, oh, that was kind of an assumption on me that the politicians were crooked, who ran a county out of money, but maybe the bootleggers took all the money. Anyhow. So you guys can see the old patrol car that's down there. And Hamilton County said, hey, we can solve your problem. You come over to our side. We'll just absorb you. And y'all will never know you were James County. There'll just be a memory. And that's what happened. And Hamilton County got bigger. Believe it or not, that sound is a truck off of Interstate 75 that's not very far away. I feel like I'm Mary Poppins. Big puff of wind comes along, I hang onto this umbrella hard enough, I could be passing Dorothy and Toto. Hey Ray, if you are headed here, we're only going to be, this is going to be our last train. But for those of you who do, what three words? Ray, we have an 8 o'clock appointment tonight, so we're going to stay for one more train. My three words are... Anybody know what my three words are? Actually, it's what three words. I just made up the my three words. Well, I guess technically it could be my three words because that's where I'm standing. But what three words is an app that's free. And we're not sponsored or anything by it. But all the geographical areas on the planet are designated by three words. So, where we are, and it's accurate within 15 feet. Where we are, Ray, is Challenger, Challenger, Accents, Accents, fly on ankle there, and Buff, Buff. So for those of you that have what three words, if you put that in, it'll zero it down to right here in a 15-foot square area. Challenger, Accents, Buff. And then you can share it. Modern technology here. I'm going to send it to Ray who just asked, ouch. Okay, fly swatter. Got it. If any of you want to know where 1080 is, Science Hill, Kentucky, on 196. That's right, Top Cat did it. 21 months apart, to be exact. Excuse me. I didn't think to ask. Anybody trackside tonight? Crash? Anybody? Green Bean? Lucas? Oh, there's Crash. Hello, Crash. Where are you at? Oh, Tony, I used to love Dukes of Hazzard. What were the original? I don't know which one was which, but Boss Hogg and Roscoe P. Coltrane. Oh, Fat Albert cartoon. Hey. Yeah, Bugs Bunny was always cool. I always thought he was awesome. A little thunder there in the skies. Those are the spirits from the water tower talking to Kid. No kidding, Tony. Where? Ooh, y'all got to see this. Look. Watch. Look. Sorry, I was spinning y'all like a top. Watch that. Look at that. Look at that cloud. It's violating the space here. Look. It looks like a jumping dolphin. Look at it. It's coming across. Do. Camera's really struggling with this idea. Look at that. He's going across the way. Like I said, it's incredibly dark here tonight, and all kinds of flying things have arrived. Look at it going across, though, closing off across the top of the track. That's the cloud with the thunder in it. And our train crew is going to be brave and come right underneath that, past the spooky water tower. Oh, now you're making me think, Sylvester the cat was always chasing, Tweety Bird. Danny? Give me a moment here. Let me expand y'all out as the cloud event happens. That is not my stomach, by the way. Hello, Chattanooga area rail fanner. How have you been? And yes, there is thunder in Ottawa because I can hear it. But real quick, and I'm going to give it to you in layman's terms because I'm the layman. And next time, if you're on the live with Casey, he can explain it to you. But to go live on YouTube, there's a minimum set of achievements that you have to get. Once you do that, then you can process through your channel, and signal requirements are just intense. And we use 200 gigs, sometimes 250 gigs of data processing outbound a month. And either recording devices or the tablet, different ways, and we operate depending on the signal level. We moved from another carrier because we could be underneath one of their towers and wouldn't get anything. So we moved to a carrier that's got good coverage. So depending on the level on the recording device, we can run off of it if we've got 4 or 5 bars. And it's not the signal in that's important, it's the signal out, because in most cases, you're using data by watching. In our case, when you go live, you're using data transmitting. And if you don't have a good signal, and when you transmit out, once it hits YouTube, you lose about 40% of your clarity, and then they process it, and then they send it back out. So, and if you don't have enough signal, then the MiFi, and if the MiFi can't, because it has additional antenna systems in it, more so than a recording device, then we go to the Starlink and go by satellite to you. So, and temperature is a major concern because your equipment works so hard to non-stop broadcast. And we can usually get 4 hours, depending on the heat level, on a decent day, 4 hours of broadcast before we use an entire cell. As far as power goes out. And then if you're going to do it at night, you got the lighting, what have you. So basically we have 4 different, plus what Casey has, plus what Ray has. We have probably basically 9 different recording devices of various degrees. And then for the monitors, you could use a phone, but again, you're using data as it's coming in because there's no internet service here. And if you're using the monitor to watch, you're using data. So like I said, it's a massive amount of data, a massive amount of power, but it's a lot of fun. And you get to meet a lot of people, and it's just a lot of fun. And you never know what you're going to get. Crash will tell you, rail fanning is like fishing. You get in the boat, we get in production 6, and then you go trackside or you go to the lake, you get the bait, you drop it in, you know those fish are down there, you just don't know what's going to bite. Just like you don't know if you're going to get a train. And then when you do get the train, what did you get? So, I hope that answered your question. So, Casey and I have a gazillion dollars invested in this, and it's a lot of time, effort, setup, a lot of equipment, and that's before you even get to the production end. And if you have been with us on Sunday night, Casey has this massive tower, massive amount of storage, because we are in 4K when we film, which requires tremendous data. And if you were with us last night, one of the cameras we have is a 360 camera. And that 360 camera, the degree or the way it films uses about 1 gig of data per minute. It's massive because it's basically a 360 all the way around direction. So basically, just to make a long story short, once you meet the minimum requirements for YouTube, set it up through your channel, get your equipment, process out, process in, have enough storage space, data, and what have you. And that's how it's done. So I hope that answered your question. We are looking southbound on the Atlanta North District. We still have our highball green, so he's going to stay right on track 1 going towards Chattanooga when he comes by us. And this will be our last train of the night. Checking for all these flying things that want to feed on me tonight. As I promised an arrival time tonight, so I don't want to be too late. So I'm going to come back to, got a monitor there, and I've got the phone monitor in my hand. Speaking of which, I hope I'm not all large. And the big thing with live, basically what I do or what you see or what I see, if I fall down, generally 3 to 6 seconds later, you see it and you hear it. So if you make a bloop or a blip or a whatever, you can't take it back. So that's how you do live. Any questions? I'll see them on the monitor. In the meantime, I'm going to zip you in here a little bit. And now it's gotten dark again. All right, Crash, I go back to my question. Where are you at tonight? Sirens in the distance. Flies here everywhere. Uh-oh, got another cool breeze from a different direction this time. Andy, I understand. Gonna miss you, but like I said, we're gonna roll out after this train. If you look at the radar, like I said, it's here, it's there, it's up here, down there, it's just kind of everywhere. When we got here, the dark looming clouds were behind you. Now they're in front of you. And as you saw, they just kind of creep across the railroad tracks. You're right, Mama Bear, it is. Chattanooga Rail Fanner, how have you been? And what have you been up to? Oh boy, I bet you he looked great coming across the bridge. We zipped on up to Harrison Lane, caught him there, and then missed him going out of town. Brian chased him from Train Nut Productions last night, but ran out of battery on his live before he got him, before he came. So he did shoot a production of him. And then he went in the yard, and then he went out on 196 today behind 174. So we got lucky enough to catch him just out of production. We didn't do a live. The train that he was on, 179, had a solo NS locomotive up front with a slug behind it. And then 1080 was with another Whiskers locomotive, and it was nose forward, so it looked good leaving town today. Hopefully they'll just turn around and send it right back again. We can all go to chasing again. Casey was going to catch it at 10 Bridge on Saturday, but I failed to cue him in on time to arrive with everything that was going on, so He arrived without Casey because of me. I think that's poor direction on my part. Just too many things going on in a single day. We covered over 200 miles Saturday, filmed over 5 hours live, stayed live during the torrential rainstorm with you guys that most or many of you saw. And whoa, did it rock. Production 6. Hey, Tara. Good to see you. I don't know if you, I'm guessing you just got on. Oh, well, backing up for a moment. Tony was at a car show where Tom, Wopat, which was Luke, John Schneider Bow, and Catherine Bach, who was Daisy, and I met Ben Jones, who was Cooter. And he met everybody there. That's pretty cool. Tony, do you have pictures with him? Tara, we started off the live. I want to tell you again, and for everybody, I think it releases tomorrow at noon. Casey did a quick short last night in production with y'all. And I've been going to TVRM for, I don't know, a long time. Okay, I've been going to TV. I got the fly swatter because they're just everywhere tonight. I've been going to TVRM for a long time, and I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of pictures of 4501, 610, and 630. And I gotta tell you, when I got my surprise that you gave me the heads up that I would recognize where one of your pictures came from, instantly recognized it. Instantly. I mean, that rope, you can't hide where you are with that rope. Casey and I have been pushed back by that rope many times at TVRM. And I gotta tell you, Tara, I mean, you had some just phenomenal, everybody did. I don't want to just single one person out, but Tara, I gotta tell you, that steam train picture, it's kind of like when John tells me about the Florida Express that used to go by here and the Elegance. I could just feel the rails behind that. We've rented the 98 car, the Baltimore and Ohio's executive car before they had to refurb it, and been behind 4501. I could just go back in time to the early 1900s and just feel the rails and 1950s and what it was like to travel by rail, and the food and the luxury and the elegance and the fun and the romance of it. And I get it. Not everybody got to ride in, some had open windows. I get all that, but that picture, the lighting, just, Tara, you really, 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 really outdid yourself. And thanks so much for both my surprise and Casey's surprise and everybody's surprise on sending that in. I mean, we just had some cool stuff last night. But I just want to tell you thank you for my surprise. And boy, those pictures with the building and that color background, that is just a home run setting. Oh my goodness. So anyhow, I talked about it at the beginning of the live, but I don't think you were on, so I just wanted to tell you thank you for my surprise, and what an incredible picture. Let us know when you're coming back to TVRM. And everybody, don't forget, whatever you catch this week, send it in, railbomix.com, anything train related, be it the golden spike you found, the old Norfolk and Western car that went by, the old Southern car, John catching the steam train going down to Somerville. The next Somerville excursion is the latter part of July. There's one in July and there's one in August down there. We are holding on our green still on the Atlanta North District. Going to send a note to Mrs. S, who I promised I'd be home at 8. Oops. Honey, I'm sorry if you're on. And if you're not, I'm going to send you a note. I apologize. We're just waiting on, as the coffee cup says, one more train. Just one more. We've got this green. We could have pushed this train up here with an old mule. Crash, are you down there at Long? If so, you holding this train up? Tell whoever's on that track to get off and let him come on up. He's been green forever. But anyhow, Tara, thank you for all those. Everybody, thank you for your submissions. Railfan Lucan, are you all packed? He's going on a trip up north, Chicago and everything. They're going to go all kinds of cool places by rail, or different rail options up there. So looking forward to see what you catch this week. And thought of you today, Tara. We filmed 1080 going out of town on a Lazy S at Thrasher Pike in Hickson. So the thunder continues to your right, my left. We've got green. Gonna send Mrs. S that note I said. And we're gonna get one more in the bag, I hope, before we call this a wrap. Left the big town of Boone's Mill to come all the way to Chattanooga. Chattanooga area rail fanner? What is an EB that you think might be sitting over at Bootleggers? What is an EB? AGS, I got to tell you, when you make that statement, I fully believe you, because you have really done some cool thought process into some of your shots. So just as excited I was about Tara's surprise, I'm excited about yours too. And just remember, drop videos up to 30 seconds or photos into railmomix.com and whatever categories we pick of the week, and we'll show everybody's. We go live. We try to do it promptly at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time every Sunday night, pending Casey's travel calendar. Tony, good night, sir. Y'all have a fantastic evening. And one of these days, in the very near future, we're going to come up and have some Mexican food and cake to celebrate all of you helping Casey and I get to 2,000 subscribers. For us, that's huge. We started out, as Casey has told you guys, we didn't know the back of the train from the front of the train. And we didn't know you guys, and now we have met so many cool people. AGS, don't tell me. No, I want it to be a surprise. On Sunday night, I want to be my normal, excited self, just like Tara did. She teased me with, there's going to be something I'll recognize, but she kept it a secret. And I hope you will the same thing, because when I look at it, I want to see it for the first time with everybody else, if you don't mind. I'm like that. I still like surprises. I love Christmas. Now that we're less than 6 months to Christmas and more than 6 months from the last one, this year is going so fast. Our nation's birthday is 249th birthday, huh? Huh. That's pretty cool. 249 years. I wonder if they ever thought back then that we'd railfan and be live and talk to people literally around the world. Any place with internet, anywhere in the world. Can hang out with you guys tonight, right now, right here. Hello, Dixieland Railfan. We are waiting for our last northbound of the night. I promised Mrs. S I'd be home at 8 p.m. Hi, Ken. On Eastern Standard Time. I might have to make my promise on Central Standard Time. Hurry, Dixieland, hurry! And you guys are right, we do have Horn northbound coming our way. I'll see you soon. I can't wait. Bye. Everybody, that was Mrs. S. She said, tell y'all hi. So did the train. He was getting it. Critters biting. Sorry there for the distraction. Excuse me. Mrs. S will tell you I could do 20. Excuse me, 20 of these things. Well, I had this great plan. When he got here, after I got all excited, because I'm using both hands to wave there at one point. Oh, that's what, 4? Like I said, I could do 20 maybe. Mrs. S sometimes counts them. 1, 2. Anyhow, my brilliant plan was keep him close. Excuse me. Now there's one stuck. Keep him close, as you now heard 3 times. And then right here, boom, pop him out, just in case he opens the window to wave. Well, you see how that idea went. That was a miscombobulation, and the plan was I wanted to drop the light for you. Watch him when he dropped the signal, catch that for you. Well, after we got this, excuse me, all messed up, then the boxcars locked the signal. So, that didn't quite go to plan, but it was a fun time and it was an incredible salute. So you guys, sorry we messed up the if he did, but he didn't open his window and he didn't wave, so we didn't miss that. We did miss the light dropping, and you got to see that he was a shiny black locomotive in that section that was about this big. So, just in case he's there, at 8:15, we have to cut a path. Mrs. S cooked, and I promised I'd be home early, and when we started the weather, we should be drenched by now, but as we talked earlier, it goes here or there. So everybody, it's always fun to be with y'all. It's good to see everybody. I hope everybody's had a fantastic day. I hope everybody's doing well. Make the most out of every day. They just swoosh by. It's crazy that we're over halfway to Christmas 2025. Oh, that would be so cool if they bring that train back next year. Oh my goodness. If anybody hears about it, let me know. That would be so much fun to see. We're not far from Chattanooga Airport. There's one that's leaving out, it looks like. So everybody, send your submissions in, railmoments.com. Most of you have signed up with me on Facebook or what have you. Keep all the, thank you, and a super thank you while I'm on that subject for everybody that sent in all the information. It's over there, it's over here, he's up here, down there, he just crossed the bridge, he what, he that, he there. Because we had everything that we chased, kind of like Tara did last week, we did this weekend. And I hope everybody caught everything that they wanted. Did miss Moving the Freight of the World, 4822. He just kind of snuck in and snuck out on us, but it was a great weekend. So we're going to count down 4 minutes, just in case he's sitting there. We should hear the double horn blast, and if not, Mrs. S, I'm excited. We'll be there shortly. So 4-minute countdown. I'll catch up with any last minute questions, comments. If it's your first time, I hope you had a good time. If you didn't have a good time, hey, oh, who was it? AGS, whoever's right. Okay, here comes our last one of the night. To blast. Well, hello, ain't right. Here comes our last one of the night, y'all. John, I'm honestly not sure where 4822 is. I know he snuck in. Everybody, thanks for being with us. Sorry it's so bright there, so dark here. We had a little contrast problem, but hey, it's a fantastic evening. You can see the difference with the camera being able to adjust to the lighting at this time of the day. Golden light, dark light. Everybody, like 8 Right said, we're going to see y'all at the next crossing, July 1st, 2025, which is tomorrow. Thanks for being on tonight. And I was starting to say earlier, if you've had a good time, tell everybody. If you didn't have a good time, come back. But get everybody you know to subscribe. It helps the channel. Production 6 has car payments due. So, like I said, 8 Right got it right. See y'all at the next crossing. If I missed anybody's comments tonight, I apologize. And sorry for my miscombobulation there on our last one. But every now and then it happens, and that's the downside to live. Mike makes a mistake, y'all know about it, and then Casey puts it on the bloopers. So everybody, thanks for being with me tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. It's been fun, it's been real, and yes, I know I've had real fun, and I hope you guys did too. Mama Bear, everybody. It's not exactly a sunset, but Mama Bear and Tara, that's the best I could do. Channel Area Railfaner, thank you very much. And yeah, he started out slow, but whoo, he was out of here in a hurry. See y'all at the next crossing. Mrs. S, I'm coming.